Yo.
Hey.
We are back.
Welcome to the after show. Probably not going to be a very long one. We are I'm in the thick of a lot of stuff to be finished. That I'm going to get to work on right after this.
Mhm.
So I'm the one saying I got to go. Usually I'm sitting here,
Care to share your agenda with people at home?
no.
Come on.
Not at all.
Come on. Tell them what you got. They
There's some unboxing ring Blu-ray stuff I got to make sure is all in order.
I saw a Switch charging out there.
Oh yeah.
I think I saw 2 Switches charging out there.
2 Switches.
I did. I got I got the Zelda Switch. There's a Zelda themed Switch.
You got that?
I did,
I thought you said you...
You got a new Switch?
Rocco, I thought
Yeah.
you said you weren't going to get that.
Yeah.
The new one?
How many Switches do you have? 2?
2.
One for each pocket, like Eric.
One for each pocket?
Is that the one with the Joy-Cons?
Yeah. I wanted the Zelda Switch.
I
It looked cool.
told you. Okay.
So, someone's buying mine, and it was easy come, easy go. It was not a big deal.
Fair
Who
enough.
are you selling it to? I wasn't offered this
Private dealer.
Switch deal.
They're still available. Sean, if you
I
want one.
honestly,
What if I want to have 2 Switches?
I really loved the way the Zelda Switch looked. I thought it was so cool. And then I had the special edition of the game reserved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking at it online. I'm like, the stuff in the special edition sucks.
Oh.
What? It's all. I hate it when it's trinkets. The Breath of the Wild fancy special edition they did was great. It had a case for the Switch that was like the Sheikah slate.
Right.
That was great because the Switch had just come out. It's like, well, I need a case.
Yeah.
Oh, it has one and it's themed. It's like in character. So it had that. It had a map. Like if you wanted a physical map for the game, you had it. It was like cloth or whatever. It was really neat. And then this one is like, here's some pins. Here's a steel book. So if you want a metal case instead of a plastic one, I'm good. And it's like $40 more than the old one was.
Yeah.
Than the last game. So I canceled that, and I'm selling my other one, and I got the new one.
With
This is
the game?
fancy.
Does it Switch?
No,
How much you selling it for?
$350.
Well, that's pretty good.
$350?
Well, a little less. Oh well. See, I've tested it, so you know it works. So I'm actually selling it for more than retail, about $370.
What does the Switch even cost these days?
This is
the
an
price going up?
OLED,
This
right?
is the OLED version, which is like $300 or $350. But then they have the normal one, which is that still $299?
I think
and
so.
then there's the
Mini,
light,
the small one.
which doesn't connect to the TV, but that's like what, 200?
That wasn't that much. Yeah, I think about 200.
Something like that. It is crazy though that it's this many years into the lifespan of the system, and they never had a price drop.
Nintendo doesn't do that.
Isn't that
All their
crazy?
games stay the same price throughout everything.
But
Like,
usually this deep into the thing,
They have a
there's one
slash the
price
price.
drop.
Yeah.
Like, hey, now it's only whatever. I think, but man, the Switch they never needed it.
Yep.
I think the rate at which they sold never stopped.
I think it never dipped. So like, okay, why
And
lower
I
the
think,
price?
yeah, I think the pandemic kicked it up.
Yeah.
Like once 2020 hit, everyone was like, "Hey, everyone says I should buy Animal Crossing." Okay, and it did. It was kind of amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, I am just surprised because a lot of times when they have like the special edition system,
yeah,
the game comes with it.
Yeah.
Like a download code or something.
yeah.
But not
Not
this.
this
No,
one.
it's kind of stupid actually that it doesn't have that. It is pretty.
They
dumb.
sell it in stores or is it only online?
No, it's at Best Buy right now.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's still available.
I thought it was coming out like with the game.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, cool. Like at the same time, but no, it was like, no, this one's like 2 weeks ahead of it. Oh, but anyway.
So what you playing on it?
There is new DLC that just came out for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. That apparently it's a storyline that because all 3 games in the series are unrelated, are like different characters. Apparently this DLC is a story that like kind of connects them all. Like it's a big thing that like revolves around all 3 of them.
That's cool.
So I was like, oh, you got me. So I'm just starting that. I don't know anything really about it. I'm playing as a new character named Matthew, I think is his name. And this is what's great about it is it's dubbed in the UK, just like all of them have been. So every one of the games, it's like, I'm Shulk. Okay. Oh, I'm going to use my sword. They all talk like that. What a bunch of jokers. Matthew, and they'll repeat those things. When you're fighting, you'll hear them repeat the same thing 20 times.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not easy. I'm not easy. I'm not easy. Whatever.
I'm really feeling it.
Yeah, I'm really feeling it. Matthew keeps saying, I'm full of beans. And people are like, what the fuck? Why does he keep saying he's
I didn't know this was a
shit
phrase
his pants.
until just recently.
And what's hilarious is online, people are going like, it sounds like he's saying I'm full of beans, but that can't be what he's really saying.
Nope,
and it's
he's
like,
saying that.
no, that's a British phrase.
Yep.
What?
It's British phrase for like I'm stoked.
Like,
high
I'm like
energy.
full of energy.
I'm like
Like I'm pepped
Coffee
up.
beans,
I'm
maybe?
pepped up.
No,
I'm full of beans.
I just think somebody ate a lot of beans. Like that's all I
For
think
breakfast? I guess they
But-
have beans
yeah.
for breakfast.
Yeah, they started their day with
I
beans.
don't. You know what?
I'm rootin', tootin', full of beans.
I think that is it.
The
Right
more
there.
I
You
learn
fart
about
like
the
crazy.
UK, the less I get it.
about. Me too.
Means you're gonna fart like crazy.
I get why we left. You know?
I love the insult I love that someone called Kevin Brit Kisser. I think that that term is like, that sounds like, whoa, wait, what is that bad? I don't know, but it just sounded cutting. But anyway, yeah, so I'm starting to play that, but I had to, Nintendo doesn't let you, when you transfer systems, you can't just, you would think, okay, all the games are saved to the memory card. So I'll just take that out and put it in the new
Pop it
Switch.
in the new one.
Nope. It's like, no, we got to make sure these are all legit. So we got to re-download all
It's like
of
a
them.
system transfer.
Oh, so it just downloads all your games again for 2 or 3 days. It's like, thanks for that. So they're still, I think right now we're downloading. I think we're up to Resident Evil Revelations 2 right now on the list from Z to R.
Oh, jeez.
We're getting up to A. And then what A games do I have? I don't know.
Ass eaters,
Alex Kidd. Ass Eaters. Yeah, that was one.
super ass eaters.
That's S.
I found
that is ass. You're
I
right.
found some fucked up broken hunting game on the Switch once that was like 50 cents. I think it was literally 50
Occasionally,
cents.
there's so many indie games on there that
Yeah.
are like 50 cents or
Yeah.
$1 that are just farted out on there.
It was like shooting animated GIFs with a
Yeah.
gun. I mean, it was the worst game ever. And I think I streamed once. I think it was the night Animal Crossing came out. I said, all right, at midnight, we're finally going to play. We're going to do Animal Crossing. And then I think I just played that. And I think that was the most negative response I got to the stream I did.
bet.
Where everyone was just like, are you seriously not playing it? Go fuck you. But I thought it was fun.
When are they making a new one of those? How
Animal
often-
Crossing?
Yeah.
They're once a system, I think. I don't think we're
Yeah.
getting one on for a
really?
while.
I guess what else can you fucking do?
Yeah.
They had that DLC thing, which I
Yep.
did for a little bit.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
played
I
the
didn't
shit
really
out of it
mess
for a
with
bit, but I haven't beat it in years. Played it in years.
Yeah. I started a new island and then I
Oh.
think I let it just fucking.
Overgrown. There's probably so much grass on there now, dude.
Yeah. Every now and then I go in and pick weeds. This would be nice. This is going to sound fucking crazy, but sometimes I feel bad for my animals trapped on the island. I'm like, oh, I should at least clean it up for you.
You go back and they're like,
poor
where have you
guys.
been? You haven't been here for
Yeah, they always say how
years."
sad they are. Yeah, we missed you. And it's like, yeah, I bet. But this place sucks now. I'm sorry.
Another broken thing about switching Nintendo devices is you can you hit a button that transfers all your data, all
Yeah.
your save data, all your but Animal Crossing doesn't count. That's
You have to have a
different.
separate app.
You
for
have to
that.
download a special tool just for that game.
That's dumb.
And yeah, that's its own
The
thing.
Animal Crosser.
Seriously.
Yeah.
God, it pretty much is. And it's its own process. And then I had to go onto my island to make sure it was all there. And then, yeah, it was like, I got to go. Let me just check to see if this all transferred because I want to turn this off. Oh my God. I was standing there for a fucking hour. Just like, you haven't been here in a long time. There's a new thing called,
Sadness, and we all feel it now.
Yeah.
yeah, no, but they had some name. There's a new thing called, dilly dallying
Oh shit.
that we, now we do that here.
Isabella's just telling you like, yeah, Hank died while you were gone.
Seriously. And then I walk
Like-
outside and it's like, Bin Bin just sent you a hat. Who the fuck was Bin Bin? I don't remember Bin Bin. Was that a friend? I mean, it was, and I panicked and I had to turn it
I
off.
was like me with Breath of the Wild.
Oh,
years
yeah,
after I
going
walked
back to
in. I
it.
don't know what the fuck any of this is.
yeah. So anyway, so I don't know when I'm going back to that, but I'll let you know when I think of that Xenoblade DLC. I know everyone's dying to hear about it.
Well, you may come out of it full of beans.
I may be full of beans.
Yeah.
Well, the people at home are jealous. You have multiple Switches and of your cool hat.
Thank you.
But you know what? That's why you guys tune into this show, to see this guy rocking it.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Rockin' Rocco.
That's what they say about him.
You should bring all of your Switches in one day and just
Well,
like
I'm only gonna
flaunt them.
I'm only gonna have the one after in a couple days.
You got the Steam Deck. That's kind of like a big Switch.
That's
Yeah.
sort of
Big
big. Yeah,
switch.
yeah. That's true.
That's like a big switch.
I can bring both of those. It used to be a thing where portable systems, I would always get the one, because there would be different models. There'd be like the Game Boy Advance that's like this big, and then there's the smaller one that folds up, and then the micro. I would always stick with the one that could fit in my pocket. Because I bring those everywhere. I like going somewhere. Oh, I got a half an hour to kill. Okay, yeah, I'll play that. I like doing that. So it was always like, oh, PSP Go. Well, you can't fit the game cartridges in it or discs or whatever, but it's smaller, so that's fine. I'll just stick with downloads. Okay. But now that's not even an option. The Switch, the fucking Steam Deck, that shit ain't gonna fit in a pocket.
Gotta get bigger pockets.
No,
Well,
so
Switch.
Jenko jeans are coming back in style.
That's what I'm thinking. But it's like I'm carrying around cases everywhere, like I got a fucking like I'm the Secret Service or some shit. Like I miss when you could just put it in the pocket. Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of games you can put in your pocket, you know what I've been addicted to lately? Water sorter.
What is that?
Oh,
Yeah.
I think
that?
Sawyer plays that
The
game.
water sorting app.
Is it for the phone?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on the phone.
Is
Where
it-
are all my water heads out there?
What does that do?
Yeah, it's like you have to it's like a puzzle game, right?
Yo, I am the ultimate water sorter. I just want to say,
Really?
if anybody needs their water sorted, bring it to me, and I'll straighten
How
that
does
out.
one sort water?
You pour it into a little bottle, and then you pour it in the other bottle, and then you take the third bottle and you empty that one out so you can pour stuff in that one, and then bing, bang, bing, bang, boom.
So it's like that one
The water's
puzzle
all
they do
sorted.
in Die Hard 3 where it's like they got to figure out the fountain.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like that.
Exactly. I'm like saving the kids in Die Hard 3. Yep. And it fits in your pocket. Anybody here play apps on their phone?
No,
I haven't played a
Just,
game app on my phone in
So I
No.
got a Bank of America app.
Oh, I guess Pokemon Go still.
Yeah. That counts.
Yeah. I went to this dance competition yesterday, and it was up in LA. And I didn't yell at anyone, for the record. Just want to get that. I thought they had box seats. I got a box seat. It was like,
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so I was.
You
fucking-
should have yelled at somebody. I feel like you got so much out the last time.
Yeah,
You came in here like, I fucking almost fucked this guy up.
yeah, he would have killed me. But anyways, Jenny's like, "Have you been in this here before?" I have, but like, I don't know if you were with us. Maybe you're working or something or traveling. I'm like, "Let me check." And so I opened up Pokemon Go because I can see the Pokestops if I spun them or not. And it's like, "Oh nope, I haven't," because they're all new. And it's like, that's a weird way to, but it's definitely true because I'm bored at dance competition, so I'm
Where it's
always
like,
playing
yeah.
Pokemon Go, waiting for Lennon to dance. So that's how I knew. I still play that. I think everything else. Does Wordle count? I do that once a day. I started doing that
that's
recently.
a game.
Yeah.
That's a game on
Yeah.
your phone that you can play.
What game is that?
Wordle?
Wordle.
Oh, Wordle. I thought you just said World, and I was
World?
like, what
No.
World?
I got it today in 2. So that's my best so far.
Have you guys?
Yeah.
I hadn't heard about that game in so long because I muted it across
Yeah.
Twitter. No offense to the game itself. No offense to the game, but I had so many people posting the green square at once every day that it was like I can't see that. Just tell me.
They stopped doing that.
But what was I gonna say? Oh, had any of you guys played? I think it's on a bunch of different stuff. What Power Wash Simulator?
Power Wash.
I've heard
No.
of it, but I've
That's what
never
I thought
played
you
it.
were talking about when you said water sorting. I'm just
Power
like, water.
Wash Simulator. This sounds like good shit.
It is just different types of hoses
Oh shit, dude.
to clean. Like they'll put you in a room. All right, here's a dirty ass truck and a shitty barn,
spray it.
and you spray it clean. It's like an oddly satisfying like game. Like it's.
I've
you know,
also
you got
heard
that on your phone?
I don't have it on my phone. I don't know if it is on
I don't
mobile.
know
That's
either.
what I was. I don't know. I know it's on like PC. I played on Steam Deck.
It's on Switch.
Oh, is it on
Um,
Switch? Okay, yeah. I thought it was on like most everything.
Another game that's like that I heard is good is called Unpacking, where you just have
Yes.
a box of stuff.
Yes.
And you put it up. Like you unpack box of stuff and put it up in the room and decorate it and stuff.
Yes.
I've heard that's a lot of fun.
Power Wash Simulator is rated 10 out of 10 on Switch. Or
Wow.
on
Now-
Steam.
But this is my question. I was curious if you guys had played it, but
No.
I played it and did like one room, but then I was good. Like it was satisfying. I was like, damn, I cleaned the shit out of this car and all this stuff. But then when it was over, it was like, okay, now do this room. I'm like, didn't I? No, I've cleaned it. I've cleaned everything, haven't I? I didn't want to like do more. I felt like I was good. But they released I was going to tell, I don't know who will care about this. Maybe Johnny will. But they, out of nowhere, a free Final Fantasy VII DLC.
What do you
which
clean?
I don't know why they did that. And you clean Cloud's motorcycle, his sword, like the Hardy Daytona. It's
that's
like,
great.
So it was cool. It was like, dude, all this Final Fantasy shit, cool. But then again, I cleaned it, and I'm like, and that's like, now clean the bar in Midgar. I'm like, I'm
Dude,
good.
they need to do more of that. I
I
want
ain't
like a
cleaning up
Silent
your
Hill
shit.
one. So you're cleaning the city and makes it look all brand new and not
Yeah.
abandoned and stuff. That'd be great.
It was cool doing a different thing like that, but I just didn't find myself like, I got to do another level. It was like, I've spent my day cleaning.
I want
think I'm
Power
done.
Wash Manager Simulator.
Yeah.
Be like,
Hey,
all right, you clean that,
this.
and you clean that.
Yeah. That would make the game great is you could hire people like, yo, I ain't cleaning the truck. You're doing that. Kegel King, thanks for your sub. 25 months of kegling. What? Why did he tag that? Is this guy a mascot or something? Cum Dungeon DLC? No. Are you being serious? No. They did Final Fantasy. I think they did Tomb Raider. I think Square Enix it published it. Or
Really?
It was an indie game, but I think they're
Oh, okay.
publishing on different platforms.
Okay.
now, or something like that. Gold Blaze, thanks for your sub.
Yeah.
63 months of kegling. What? Why do we don't need to know
You
that?
crack a nut
Hey,
with that
when
one.
was the last time anybody here watched Hollow Man?
With Kevin Bacon.
Yesterday, about 5 a.m. yesterday.
I don't know why. I was so excited for that when it was coming out.
Yeah.
Like, I was watching trailers. I'm like, I cannot.
Oh, I saw
fucking
that in
wait for
theaters
this
with my
movie.
mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw
I
that too.
wanted to see it so bad, and I did. I don't remember if it was good or not.
Do you-
This was
you don't remember
2000
anything
this was
about
like
it?
2000.
I remember Kevin
Yeah.
Bacon and,
Yeah.
and then it's raining or
Yeah.
they
I
break
just
a pipe or
remember
something.
like Kevin Bacon bad guy kind of thing.
He's-
Oh yeah.
Does he watch a girl take a shower?
If he did, that would be fucking. He would win a fucking award for Good Samaritan if that's all he did in this movie.
No.
I rewatched Hollow Man this weekend.
What did you
This
do?
is the fucking rapiest
No,
movie
is it?
Oh, is it
Really?
really? I never saw it.
ever. How the fuck did they get?
It's
why?
a Paul Verhoeven movie?
Why did?
I didn't know that.
It is.
Oh,
yeah.
Kegel King geffed it. He's doing Howard Kegels now. Thank you.
Why did Kevin Bacon agree to be in Hollow Man?
Oh, that sucks.
He's a fucking predator in this movie. First of all, before he even goes
That is
hollow,
hollow.
the movie starts
before
with
he
him.
goes hollow.
The movie starts with him. He's like, I'm the ultimate scientist. I'm bored. And he like looks out his window and his neighbor across the street is naked. And he's like, oh.
Oh.
And she closes the blinds.
And he goes, imagine if I was hollow.
and he gets all disappointed. And then he's like working on turning himself invisible. And the minute he does it, that night, he like goes to a coworker and like starts feeling her up and stuff.
Oh,
And I'm like,
shit.
You
I
didn't
didn't
even
know
waste any. You didn't even attempt to not be a freak.
He,
Oh my God.
he-
Jeez.
what the fuck? I didn't know it was
Wait.
like that at all.
2000 is when that came out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh
I
no.
thought it was like 98.
I
Yeah.
don't know. It's
No, it may be right.
Kevin Bacon, Elizabeth Shue, 2000. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking wild.
The whole like character arc is he used to date one of the other scientists, and then now she's dating Josh Brolin, a third scientist, and he's like always stopping her in the halls, like kissing on her, being like, "Don't you remember when we used to date?" And she's like fucking petrified. He turns invisible. He's like, Didn't you say you always wanted to have sex with an invisible guy? Like it's unending.
This is the worst superhero
I do
ever.
remember
Yeah.
a
Unending.
scene of someone sleeping and like him like removing like the sheet off
Yeah.
of her. And
Yeah.
I remember being like, what is I remember thinking like,
You
well,
saw this with your mom?
Oh yeah, I saw it with my. I also saw Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back with my mom
Oh.
in theaters. Thanks, Kevin Smith. Now I need fucking therapy. Yeesh. Me and my mom saw a lot of crazy movies together when I was younger. We go to movies all the time.
The edgiest experience I ever had, Derek, I only saw movies with my parents. They were always family movies. You know, not that they wouldn't even take me. It's like, again, like if you want to watch Alien, we'll watch it with you. Like we have it. You could watch, you know, they were willing to, but it was kind of like, just so you know, it's intense. But I was seeing that Ninja Turtles movie with my mom, and when Raphael yells "damn," and we looked at each other like, they say that now. I didn't know the Ninja Turtles would say that.
that was as far as it
We
goes.
never, but I just never wanted it. I never saw R-rated stuff.
My mom would always do the trick because all I wanted to see was R-rated stuff.
yeah, me too.
She would do the trick of she would buy the R-rated ticket, and I would get the ticket for the kids' movie,
Ah.
and we would just swap tickets and go see the thing.
That's so
That's
funny.
sick.
Yeah, I think I was. It wasn't even that I was an innocent kid. I mean, I guess I was, but you know, I've always been scared of shit. I don't like things that scare me, and all the R-rated movies looked scary. Even Terminator 2. I know it's not a horror movie. It looked scary to me. You know what I mean? The fucking movie has the guy through the thing, and I'm like, I'm good. So I was just like, I didn't want to be scared.
Yeah.
So that's why I just never saw that stuff. I was watching Hook.
Yeah, I saw Hook too.
I saw Hook as well.
That Hook's a good movie. I don't know if it is, but I liked it when I was a kid.
Loved it.
That was a movie that my uncle took. Every now and then my uncle, he was younger then. He's probably like early 20s, and he would take me out of school and have like a fun day with me. And so like we would go to like the Fun Center or whatever. And this time he took me to see Hook, and I in the middle of it got a migraine and started barfing all over the theater. I know.
No.
My memory of that movie is just like Rufio dies and I just start throwing up.
Oh,
You almost made it to the end.
I was so close.
That was so close.
But yeah, fuck.
Oh.
Anyways, I did see that in theaters. I vividly remember that movie in theaters.
How funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw my mom always took me to see movies. Pretty much I would be able to choose any movie and then we'd go see it. So that was cool.
I'd ride my bike to the theater all the time and just see movies constantly.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Not to bring it up again, but I did that for a very Brady sequel. I rode my bike.
Oh,
to
really?
see it. Yeah. That and like The Man in the Iron Mask with Leonardo DiCaprio. I rode my bike to go see that.
I forgot about that.
I also sat through a bunch of shit movies with my mom too. I remember we went and saw Sense and Sensibility, which I hated as a kid. It's probably better than Hollow
yeah, I
Man.
wonder
going
if
back
it
to
rips now.
Yeah, Jane Austen's probably a little bit better than Paul Verhoeven. Debatable. But yeah, Hollow Man. I don't recommend it.
All right.
Surprisingly, the special effects are still pretty good.
Really?
You know, because it's like CGI, him turning invisible.
All they have to do is pause the camera. Okay, walk away.
Yeah.
All right, he's gone.
Now you can't see him.
That's not that bad.
No, when he turns hollow, like his skin disappears
No.
and he's just like muscle and nerves, and then like the muscles disappear. He,
I
like,
remember that. I remember
slowly
sitting in a
turns
table
invisible.
and you could just see like his nervous, like central nervous system and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 It was cool.
Yeah.
It was cool. The effects are cool.
Yeah.
The story's bad, but I kind of like love horror movies from that era. They don't make them like that anymore.
No.
They're all like really bad. I think it's my like guilty pleasures going back to late 90s, early 2000s shitty horror movies. I watched Ghost Ship recently, which was another
Yeah.
terrible movie from that era.
Yeah.
Did you ever see House on Haunted Hill?
Yeah.
I saw it in theaters, and my friends made me see it, and I was so fucking scared.
Hey, all those movies from that era, I remember being like early teens and so scared to see them.
Yeah.
I was just like,
Yeah.
oh no, I don't want to see the
House on Haunted Hill,
13 and all that.
13 Ghosts.
Yeah.
yeah.
Final Destination
Yeah.
series. Final Destination is actually amazing.
Yeah, I
movie.
liked that one. That one was
Final Destination
Cool.
is fun.
yeah.
Because the setup is like scary. Like I was on a plane and I hallucinated that it exploded, and now I'm on the plane and everything is happening like I hallucinated. Like, oh, okay, this is intriguing. And then it turns into like Mousetrap with the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, dude, the Grim Reaper missed us and now he's coming for us. And it's all like, how's he gonna get him?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they do all these like switcheroos, you know. Guy goes into a room with a bunch of knives dangling around. You're like, oh, he's gonna get stabbed by one of the knives. Nah, computer blew up in his face. Ha, got you.
Dumb kids.
Tricked you.
I'd never seen any of the Final Destination movies. That wasn't, my genre, but I saw someone showed me a shot in one the other day that was like, hey, this is like one of the best shots in a movie right here. I'm like, in Final Destination, really? Has one of the best shots? Yeah, show me. Hey, they were right. Two people fucking frying in a tanning bed.
Oh, I remember
They're in
yeah.
two different tanning beds going, it's frying them in it. And it cuts to an overhead shot of the two tanning beds, like above, like here's one. Overhead shot. Hard cut. Their coffins in the same spot the tanning beds were. Cut. And everyone's like, oh, we gather here today. I'm like, that was
Classic.
that might have been the best cut in film history right there.
Wow.
2001 can suck
good
it.
jump cut.
That was incredible.
Somebody in the chat asked if I've ever seen Mimic. Hell yes, I've seen Mimic with what's her name? Natasha
Henstridge?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Natasha Hemstridge.
Was
Breakout
she
role.
Species too?
Oh.
Wasn't she?
Oh
Species?
wait, no, she was in
Oh.
Species.
That was her?
I don't think she was in Mimic,
Species was a movie that
but I've seen them both.
kids at my school like somehow saw and would tell us on the playground what they saw.
Ooh.
And there was this girl who was like
Species was
super
fucked
into
up.
that movie and was like, yeah. And then she takes his penis and like I'm like, what happens in a movie?
That was
rips it off.
that was an R-rated movie, right?
Had
We're
to
sort of-
have
I don't
been.
know
Thank
what
you.
the deal was, but that I did see when I was young. I don't
You
know.
saw that.
Yeah, but I don't know why. It was like I think someone we knew let us borrow a bunch of movies, so I was just popping them in every day after school or something. And no one, you know what I mean? No one in the house. There were movies we were aware of, and my parents would tell me about. I think that was one that none of us in the house were aware of. So it was just like, I don't know, Species. I'll put this on.
Yeah, what is it?
And yeah, no one else was there. I think it was just in my room, and it was like, what the hell?
You know, for me, I think it's that I had like an older brother and older cousins,
Yeah.
and I'd be like with them when my
Yeah.
parents were working, and so they got to pick the movies, and they just wanted to watch like the most fucking crazy shit ever. So,
Yeah.
and I was really young. I was like 8 years younger than my brother, so I watched all this stuff. Probably when I should not have been watching it.
Yeah.
Fucking wild.
Um,
I have to go, but you guys
Okay.
keep talking about horror movies if you want. But
Yeah.
I'll see you guys next week.
Okay.
You guys next week. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, why don't we just end the after show?
no,
I'm-
I want to.
Supposed to be a short one. We've
Just
gone
want-
for like another 20, 30 minutes.
I just want to sit with what just happened. That's what I'm gonna do.
I gotta play more. Before.
Oh, there you go. Okay, there you go. Now we're good.
Why didn't they play that during the stream?
That would have unsucked.
That
the
was what
situation.
we were looking for,
Yeah.
you guys. Come on, guys. We need you sometimes to fix the vibe in here.
Yeah, exactly.
With a well-placed Seinfeld noise. Oh, missed opportunity. Can they even do it during the live show?
no,
during
it's,
the
I
main
think
show?
it's
No.
off during the live show.
Well, then that's our bad. That's
That
on
was our
us.
mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
To not have the Seinfeld
yeah,
noise.
we fucked up this week. Oh, we could have used the slap of the bass this time.
Man.
Well, yeah. It's too late.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
too late.
Like,
Sean's gone. So
I think I bummed him out but I thought we had a good conversation. I
Yeah,
don't think it was a
too.
bummer.
But-
Chat, was it a bummer or a conversation? Did we have a good conversation? I thought we had a good conversation.
I'm
I
not
think
taking responsibility for what happened here. I washed my hands of that situation. I was just reporting on the news and things went wonky. And I thought we
No,
kept it pretty positive.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I
I
thought
thought
we-
we did talk about heavy subjects, so I understand. Not wanting to like, ooh, yeah, I don't even want to engage with that. I get that. but-
Didn't make any off-color jokes. Did make fun of or make light of the situation. Spoke truthfully and honestly and positively. Ended on a positive note.
Yeah. So I think the suck rumors are false.
I don't know. I just don't know.
What is that outside? There's
siren.
a fucking. Well, I know it's Kevin. I hear it.
Car.
Where are we going, car?
Where do I park? The parking lot, the parking space. I'm going home.
Oh, I think there was one where I did. There was one where I was given that answer, and I actually went, "I am leaving this situation." And I think it was a parking thing. We were going somewhere. I'm going to confess this. He may be in the chat.
I don't know.
Eric, if
pretty
you're in the
late now.
chat, I'm going to confess something. I think there was somewhere we were going, and I was so freaked out. I mentioned in previous weeks that I would get really freaked out by getting lost in my car
Yeah.
and things like that. I used to deal with it more. I mean, I still have it a little bit, but I've dealt with it. I've figured it out. But anyway, there was somewhere we went, and I was like, dude, I can't. There's nowhere. Where do I park? Like, I don't know where to go. And I think he texted parking spot, and I went goodbye. I think I drove home. I think I just went,
Oh, yeah.
oh, goodbye.
Rightfully so.
Everybody gives me
Eric, I'm
shit
sorry, but I
for-
think that's
for
what, that
being
is what I
so
did.
blunt, honest, and obvious with my answers. But that has reached legendary status of where are we going next? Car.
We do still quote that. We do still quote that.
I said that yesterday to Joy, and I think she got really fucking annoyed with me.
I mean, I'm not.
Nobody likes the
listen,
short answer.
Listen, I mean, I'm not gonna.
Where are we eating? Restaurant?
Can't really blame her if she doesn't know the lore. You know?
When I say it comes from a place of honesty.
Yeah.
What are we doing now? We're walking to the car, but I just don't say we're walking to I just say the most vital piece of information. Car. I convey the biggest message in the fewest amount of words, and I should be commended for that, and I'm lambasted for it. But you know what? People later on use it to their own advantage. So I know it gets in there.
What,
I know I'm an inspiration.
What was it? There was one PAX where there was a curse party. Like it was a company called Curse, I think.
Yeah.
And it was they announced we got a thing at our booth. They gave us a thing about a party going on. Hey, here's this thing. And then someone went, "Oh, what's the curse party?" And then someone said, "It's a party." And part of me is like, was it me that said it and everyone was mad? But I think someone else did.
Yeah.
Because someone like stormed off on that. Like,
what's the
where are we
curse
going
party?
now? So what's the curse party? It's a party. All right. All right. See you guys later. I don't remember who said that to who though, but I remember that being said. What's the curse party? It's a party. All right. Bye.
Well, what more do you need? It's a party.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't have all the answers, but that's the information we have. It's a party. We're going to go check it out. See, they just want the extra frivolous explanation, but you know what? I challenge them to figure it out for themselves. And oftentimes they do. Even though I don't even think I was the one who said that.
Yeah.
But I commend whoever did.
All right.
Well, where do we go from here?
I don't know.
Credits.
Down.
Yeah, that's it.
Feels so empty over there.
Does.
I know he's not going home to play Resident Evil 4.
No.
Yeah.
Kids are too scared of it.
Yeah. Gonna go watch more Jury Duty.
You eat any fast food this week? Okay. You know what? I ate really.
In and Out today.
Oh, really? I haven't had that in a while.
Yep.
I
burgers.
I ate really good all week. Yesterday, I knew I was going to be near. It's almost like subconsciously I was preparing. I knew I was going to be near Dave's Hot Chicken, so I did get that. They have a new rewards program. I was like, let's investigate this. No, listen to what happened. Check this out. So I'm like, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm just getting 2 strips. I'm not, oh, do you want cheese fries? Oh, do you want this? You want that? No. Just the 2 strips. Give them to me hot, level hot. Okay. And I'm like, and I want to do this rewards program thing. Cool. So they made my strips and then they were like, cool. And you have rewards and you use them for the first time. So we have a treat for you. And they gave me a free slider. I'm like, well, I wish you would have told me that up front. Like,
now I got 2 strips.
I've got like 2 meals here now. Like what? So I saved it for later. But anyway, it was delicious though. It is hotter than it used to be when I started going there. It is hotter than it used to be, but was very, very good. And I got the slider very hot and I was a teary, snotty mess. It was, yeah, I looked like shit, but it was delicious.
I don't think I got fast food this week, but I think the last time I got fast food was last week and it was Taco Bell.
Okay. Johnny, you have a fast food update for us?
I've been pretty good. Been on my diet. Yeah, no, not really. I had a donut
awesome.
yesterday. That's
Oh,
why.
really?
There.
Cheat
Now
meal.
it comes out.
You
But,
fucked up.
But
I eat fast food every day.
Oh,
If you count Taco Shop or In and Out,
Yeah.
which if it's a drive-through and I'm getting food in less than 10 minutes, that's
Fast food for sure.
I think Carnitas tacos have become my new favorite food.
Oh, little street tacos?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the best.
Yep. Or In and Out, definitely favorite
There-
burger. In and Out to me is the healthy burger.
Yeah.
I get the
I
lettuce
know
wrap,
that sounds goofy, but yes.
lettuce wrap cheeseburger with mustard instead of the spread. That's basically a whole food. And I get 2 of them with no French fries. So
Yeah.
no fries, no soda, just cramming 2 burgers at once.
It's definitely it's cheap, it's fresh, and I actually do feel like I feel the least shitty
Yes,
after
after in
that than I would like Five Guys, whatever. I'm not talking
Five
shit.
Guys is great too.
Oh, I love
Five Guys is good as hell, but like I'll leave that place fucking wrecked.
Five Guys is equally healthy in my opinion because I do a lettuce wrap there as well. I do the same thing at Five Guys. Lettuce wrap burger with no fries. It only costs $25.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the problem.
In and Out,
You take out alone.
it's like $6.
When I was eating hard, no carbs, Five Guys was the only place I went to where I told them that, and they actually had a thing prepared where I got a burger and I forget what it was called, but I asked them about it. I'm like, they had like a no carb burger, which I thought like, oh, it'll be wrapped in lettuce. It'll be that. They do that, but then they also gave me a thing that when I went, they gave me, it was like a tub where they put all the different things in little compartments. It was the weirdest
Really,
thing.
you could build your
It was
own?
like, okay, the burger patty, they served it almost like a Japanese like hamburger steak thing. Like when you
Yeah.
go over to Japan, they'll give you hamburger. It's almost like just by itself, like a treat. And they gave me that with like all the other things in little. It was like a bowl. Like it was weird. It was like here's a thing of mushrooms. Here's a thing of this. It was like
It's like
okay.
you're supposed to do this. What am I putting this together? You
It was-
fucking assemble this shit.
It was kind of fun though. It was kind of fun. I did that one time. It was fun.
Yeah. IKEA burger, says Battle Frog. Yeah, you got to assemble it. You need
it
an
did
Allen
feel like
wrench to
that.
put the burger together.
But it was kind of fun how they presented it. But again, it was like $30, so I didn't do it again.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. You know what I've been seeing? This is crazy, but I've seen this recently in 2 different locations. I've been seeing 2 Carl's Jr.'s close. And I thought, you don't see fast food shut down a whole lot, but who's going to Carl's Jr.? I'm like,
I've been to Carl's Jr. forever.
you know what I mean? That's like, I don't feel like that's not here. I'm talking about Southern California. I'm not talking about anywhere else. Maybe it's big in other cities where they don't have what we have. But I'll say here in Southern California, that is not a destination for anybody. I feel like you might go there if that's like on the turnoff, but
Yeah.
right? I just don't.
I used to love Carl's Jr. That was my favorite burger.
In high school, I really
Yeah.
did. In high school, I loved it. But I'm just saying, like now, I feel like you're doing In and Out, or Five Guys. I mean, it is a lot more
Taco
expensive,
shops, stuff like that.
but we have a lot of options here.
Or I'll go to like a burger like restaurant.
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
specialized burger place, like
Yeah.
Hodad's.
Yeah.
Hodad's is delicious.
We have so many options like that down here that I'm like Carl's Jr. I would never even think wouldn't even cross my mind.
But I love, honestly, the taco shops here in San Diego. You
Yes.
can't beat them. I'm
so
not
good.
here for this debate. I don't give a shit.
Dude,
where
I
you're
go to
from.
one. There's $1 tacos every day.
Yeah.
They're not Taco Tuesday, none of that bullshit. It's
Yeah.
$1 for their street tacos.
The way
So
Sean
good.
feels about his Mario movie is
Yeah.
the way I feel about tacos in other cities. I don't give a fuck what you say. This is what I want. This is what I need.
the burrito place by my house, they do a realistic depiction of a panic attack when I go over there. I'm like, yeah, give me the Destroyer burrito. Whoa. How many of them? 3.
Oh, that got to him. I wonder if he's had panic attacks and it's just like too much.
I don't know. I hope I didn't hurt. I hope I didn't hurt his feelings.
I've had panic attacks and I don't care that Miles Morales is going to have one.
Yeah.
I don't care either way.
I'm just talking about my only reason to bring that up is that there are 2 animated movies in a row that have that in it. It was like, wait, what?
Dude, it's becoming a cliche. Next thing you know, fucking Buzz Lightyear's going to have a panic attack.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, get this helmet off of me. I can't breathe. Lasers going
I'm
off
not saying
all
you
over the
can't
place.
have that in a movie. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but
I'm
it's
trying to
just
think of
kinda
a
crazy
movie
to
where
think
they
about.
depict a panic attack. I know they do it in Sopranos, but I can't think of one. I feel like it should be a more common experience in movies. I watched all of Gravity and she's like chill the whole time. Fucking space station just blew up around you. You're not freaking out?
I was Last of Us. Last of Us had that in it.
Yes.
I mean,
It
that's a
did?
show. It did.
I missed that one.
That was big
Missed that
time. Yeah, that
episode.
was like he kept like dipping away and it's funny you keep thinking like, zombie bit him or whatever, but it wasn't that. He was just like really freaking out.
He was stressing.
Yep.
Did Tony Stark have one in Iron Man 2? I don't remember.
Yeah, Iron Man 2 when the credits hit on that, I was like, erase. Formatting.
I don't even remember if I saw
Oh,
Iron
my
Man
bird.
2.
Erased.
Yeah. I think Iron Man.
Iron
1
Man 3. I
checked
never
out.
saw Iron Man 3.
Iron Man 3. Poor Tony. Poor T-Boss.
I never saw Iron Man 3 because after 2, I couldn't possibly imagine watching.
Yeah. I watched them all when I rewatched them to see before the. Oh no, I missed
Infinity
War,
War or whatever.
all that stuff. But I rewatched them a couple years ago, and yeah, the first one's the only good Iron Man.
I didn't even really like the first Iron Man personally. I remember I
Yeah.
saw that when I was like, I'm good.
That was I brought this up on here before, but I remember, Derek, you were the first ahead of the curve when of the superhero fatigue.
Yeah.
And I remember we were still at that time seeing every one of them that came out.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, there's a new Hulk. Oh, there's a new whatever. That was still a thing.
Ong Lee
And-
Hulk was so bad.
Yeah, that was bad. But then Iron Man was like the first one of like, oh, dude, this is like Marvel Studios made. Disney hadn't bought them yet.
Mhm.
It was just made by like Marvel Studios. It was like their own, that was kind of crazy they did that. But anyway, I remember we went the night it came out at that Grossmont Theater or whatever, and we were in line and people were like, there's something after the credits. I heard there's something after the credits. because that was the first one that did it.
Yeah.
And I remember we saw it, and then we told the story on the podcast. Nick, hello, my name is Nick Fury, and then those guys in the it looked like an orgy broke out in the theater. They were like dudes ripping off their shirt and like they were like embracing each other. It was like, what is going on? And I remember we left like that was really fun, and you were like, I think I'm done with these. I was like, what? Yeah, I think that formula has been done a few times. I mean, it was just like, what is this guy talking about? What are you talking about? And then I think I saw like 2 or 3 more. I was like, oh yeah, I'm good.
It wasn't just Marvel movies too, because I mean, when I was a kid, I fantasized about like superhero movies coming. They didn't make them; they had Batman, and that was it for a long time. And the Superman movies from like the 70s and 80s, I always thought kind of sucked. Honestly, when I watched, I haven't gone back and watched the first Superman, which apparently is like a classic film. I don't know. You guys familiar with the Superman?
Never seen
Christopher
any of those.
Reeve's first one. Is it good? Is it like, does it hold up?
I saw those way later in life, and the first one was like, damn, you could tell there was a point in time it was the most expensive movie ever made.
Yeah.
That still shows. That is like, I don't know how to describe it. The directing of that movie swings its dick. I don't know how else to describe that.
Yeah.
Like when it opens, it's like a kid reading a comic. It's like the curtain of a theater going up, and then it's a kid reading a comic. It's like they show you the money they spent. Look, Marlon Brando is the alien.
Yeah.
Look, but I didn't think it was, I was like, in terms of like story entertainment, I was like, I'm good.
I don't even know if I saw the first one. I saw like Superman 2 and 3
Yeah.
and parts of 4. I was like, these are bad. I like Batman, and Batman Returns like was mind blowing. But
Yeah.
then Batman Forever, like I really liked it as a kid, but I kind of knew like, it's not the same. And then Batman and Robin, I was like, this is obviously trash. I'm 12 years old and this fucking sucks.
Yeah.
And then, they started like, I thought the first X-Men movie was really cool. But I was kind of alone that I didn't really like X2 for whatever reason.
Oh yeah. See, I was the reverse, because that first one, I felt like that first one was really cynical about X-Men, where the cartoon was like so colorful and crazy.
Yeah.
And I felt like that first movie was like, well, we're in black leather.
I
And here's
liked
a
that.
joke about it.
I thought it was so cool.
Yeah, that bugged me. But then X2, I felt like was more like the cartoon, where it's like, oh, it's a Wolverine story. Cool. So I was into that, and the fucking fire guys throwing stuff. I liked that, but that's interesting. I never knew you were kind of whatever on that.
I was whatever on
I
X2.
like Nightcrawler in it and stuff too.
I liked the first Spider-Man movie. I loved Spider-Man 2
At the time, I did.
at the time. And then X3 came out. Didn't really like it.
No.
Spider-Man 3 came out. That was fucking garbage. That
Yeah.
was about the same time that Iron Man came out. And that's when it started clicking for me.
That was like the year before, I think.
yeah, that's when it started clicking. And Daredevil came out with Ben Affleck, which was garbage.
Yes.
And Catwoman came out with Halle Berry, which was garbage. And then
I
Iron
couldn't pay
Man.
attention to that. I had sex last night.
Yeah. And then Iron Man comes out, and I'm like,
A quote, not me.
yeah, I'm like, I'm already burnt out on superhero movies in general.
Yeah.
And then Marvel's like, we're going to do a ton. And I'm like, yeah, this is a whole genre that is kind of like tired.
Yeah.
Before it even got started with the MCU, I was just like tired with that stuff.
I think I started to really tune out when I really enjoyed that first Iron Man, but yeah, Iron Man 2, I felt like it was like jokey shit the whole time. Again, and I felt like the attitude was just like, yeah, whatever, but wait for the next one. You know what I mean? Like everyone's attitude, I was like, that was a piece of shit. And everyone's like, yeah, but they're kind of setting up this. Okay.
How about this movie?
And then,
first?
I felt like I saw 3 more where it was like, oh man, yeah, I'm all right.
People in the chat remind me, Blade was dope.
Yeah,
The
Blade.
first Blade, that movie was fucking rad.
Wasn't Blade 2 cool too? I mean, I know we made the joke about the review. Wasn't Blade 2 cool?
I don't know if I was that into Blade 2 personally.
'Cause I knew a lot of people who liked it.
Yeah, I just remember really liking the first one.
Yeah.
I don't honestly have judgment to pass on Blade 2. I don't even remember watching it.
Yeah.
Blade 3, not so much. Yeah, anyways, whatever. You don't need to recount every movie, but my point is before Iron Man even came out, before all the Marvel movies came out, there were already at least like 10 or 15 superhero movies that were mostly bad.
Yeah.
So I was a little cynical to begin with.
Yeah. But I was always Batman cucked though. Even when I was at my most like, Batman would come out.
Oh yeah,
doing the
same.
Dark Knight.
No, Batman rules. Batman Begins. Okay, okay. I remember enjoying it, but thinking like the action kind of sucked.
Yeah, I remember talking with you about that back then. Yeah, the camera's going.
Yeah,
like that.
Dark Knight, they totally addressed that issue.
Yeah.
That is probably, I mean, the perfect superhero movie.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I'm biased because it came out at a time where I just really loved it and it was so iconic,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I think that might be like the best Batman movie. I think it's
I remember when it
debatable.
came out, I was kind of like, all right, it was good, but calm down. Like, because I thought Batman Begins was, we did talk about the action back then, but Batman Begins was a breath of fresh air at that time when that series kept getting more with how wacky it got. Having just a guy who's just like trying to invent it all was like, you know what I mean? At that moment was, and even if you watch it now, it's corny. It has that early 2000s kind of like corniness to it. That's like, all right. But at the time it was very refreshing. So
it was also, I would say I got into comics at that time and I read Frank Miller's Batman Year Zero.
Yeah.
And it basically is that story. So I was like, oh, okay. It was like really cool to me. Just being a fan of the comic and seeing kind of that same story on the screen.
Yeah. I was just going to say, like, in the years since like Dark Knight, I rewatch it now. It's so funny because Dark Knight, I always see get brought up in articles as the example of like, well, you can't make every movie gritty like Dark Knight. Like you can't make, it's always used as the like grim dark example. And it's like, when was the last time you watched it? It is so full of jokes like that there is so much comedy in that fucking movie. It's not grim at all. I mean, some grim shit happens in it, but I'm always confused when it's used as an example. I think they're thinking of the marketing that had like creepy Joker shit or something. I don't know. But I thought they found the balance actually really good. Whereas Batman Begins is a little kind of goofier, but
People
Dark
ask
Knight
about
I think is perfect. Dark
Watchmen.
Knight.
Dark Knight's so good.
I don't like Watchmen.
No, I didn't like that movie at all.
But I like 300. I fuck with
I didn't like
300.
that either. I'm not a Zack Snyder guy at all.
I don't.
The Dawn of the Dead thing was okay.
Oh,
but-
the remake of Dawn of the Dead I like.
Dawn
a
of the
lot.
Dead for its time, 2005 was
Yeah.
awesome. You go back and
I
watch
haven't
it
seen
now.
it since then.
It kind of suffers from early 2000s edginess.
Really?
Yeah.
A little bit. It's like Zombie Baby. It's just a little edgy, as all things were in the early 2000s.
Watchmen, I've said this a million times, I'm sorry, but Watchmen I was done during the opening. When that fucking Bob Dylan shit went on for minute 20, I was, and they're gonna be in the time they are a change. Yeah. I was like, all right, this doesn't bode well. That intro was so fucking long. I was
Shaking my head up here.
I knew.
You
I
like-
specifically was
I
bringing,
knew
I was
Watchmen?
waiting to see if we'd hear from him.
Do you like Watchmen?
I love the comic book. I think the movie is okay.
The comic book is groundbreaking.
Yeah, the comic book is fucking
Even to this
mind-blowing.
day, it's like arguably the greatest comic ever
I
written.
own no like DC comics or anything in my home, but I bought that.
And I think the movie does a good job at like getting some of it on screen, which I thought was impossible for a long time.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't get most of it on screen.
Yeah, but like Zack Snyder, I hate his like tone, but I mean that's a daunting task, and I think he did it well.
I just remember they changed the ending, and I felt like, well, isn't that the most important part? Kind of where the point of all of this leads to this moment, and you kind of just threw it out and made up your own.
I think it's still kind of like, I mean, the content, it's hard to explain. I don't want to spoil watch. I guess whatever. They just changed the perspective. Like it becomes Dr. Manhattan becomes vilified instead of the giant squid. And I think it's still there, but it's just different. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if we want to get into a
It's
Watchmen
so
debate.
funny.
We're not going to get into
It's
it.
so funny because they did that HBO show and it was like, oh, it's kind of following up with these characters later. And you're thinking like, oh, they'll probably stick with kind of what they did in the movie. And then it's like, couldn't be more clear up front. As soon as that show starts, it's like, oh yeah, well, remember the squid that one year? It's like, oh, okay. Oh, they reverse course on that. But I love the HBO show. I really loved what they did with that. How it was just kind of more of a remix of the material and did something kind of creative with it.
Cool.
But I remember Derek specifically seeing the movie with you and the one specific thing you brought up. And it actually, you saying this made me go check out the comic because it was like, oh, what neat detail that is. But I remember you were like, man, you're just kind of fast forwarding through like all the kind of little neat details of that story. It was like, oh, like what? And I remember you brought up, it's like Dr. Manhattan, the whole reason I think he's created, right? He like goes to get his watch out of into some device and they turn it. It's been so long since I can't remember, but
Yeah,
and he gets caught in whatever the device was as he goes to get his watch and it zaps him and he's gone.
Yeah.
And then in the comic, it's like over time, people start to see like his nerves floating around.
Yeah, he's like
And-
haunting the military base where the
Yeah.
experiment went wrong, and it takes time for him to like come back.
Yeah, there's like a heart
manifest
floating in the
back.
hallway. Like, what the fuck is that? It's just a bundle of nerves. And it was like over time, like bits of them came back, like you said. And that detail haunted me. And it was like, oh, I want to read this fucking comic. That sold me on the book. I hadn't. And then, the movie, it says, I am Dr. Manhattan.
And do you remember like Alan Moore made a bunch of weird comics? Like they made From Hell into a Johnny Depp movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like the comic book movie that is not even a comic book movie. Alan Moore's hit or miss, but Watchmen's pretty cool.
Cool.
I haven't read. Have you read From Hell?
I always try to start it, and it's so fucking boring.
Oh, really?
It's like such a slog.
They
I'm-
just re-released it
Yeah.
like a couple years ago in color.
I mean, I tried to read it as a teen, but maybe as an adult, I can read it. But yeah, every time I've started, I've been like, this is so boring.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm working on a comic book.
Nice.
I've been talking about it
Batman.
for a while. No, it's called
Oh.
Phobia. It'll be out sometime next year.
Oh,
It was inspired by Alan Moore, Future Shocks, his short sci-fi horror stories. So I'm writing short non-sci-fi horror stories. But I'll talk more about that when it's closer to being released. Stay tuned, everybody.
Nice.
I just want to plug it here.
Well, shit. I did a new figure update. That's up on my personal channel.
Check that out too.
The art's not that interesting though. To me, going, why is the iPhone using the wide lens? Turn that off. No, change it. I left that in.
I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. Maybe someday Phobia will be adapted into a movie, and then I can talk about how much it sucks. All comic book movies suck. But yeah, I'm really excited to show the world. I think it's going to be awesome. I think it's
Cool.
shaping up to be amazing.
Have it by Comic-Con.
Dude,
so
I
that-
would love to.
So that
It's in 2 months. That's not
someone
going to
can-
happen.
no.
Maybe by Comic-Con next year. Who
Isn't
knows?
that gross? That's like only a couple.
Dude, you're
months
going to be having
away.
Christmas
What?
dinner before you know it.
What is happening? I can't believe that. What is happening this year? There are so many things set in my house that are like, oh yeah. Like I was, reorganizing the shelf and hanging this thing up over Christmas break. Ooh, we got to go back to work. I'll get to that in just a second, bro. It's about to be May. Like,
Yep.
what the fuck? What? Like in my mind,
Yeah.
it's just like, oh yeah, I got to get the year started, but then I'll get back to this. No, dude, you're months in.
Jeez, has anybody done the it's going to be May meme yet?
I haven't seen one this year.
I haven't seen one.
What's going on here?
And we're on the fucking 30th, dude.
Well, you know why? You know what usurped it?
What?
May the 4th be with
Yeah.
you. That's the new holiday. No one's thinking about your birthday, Kevin. That's off the calendar. May the 4th be with you.
All right, I need to go get some tacos. Talking about all this food, I'm getting hungry. Let's end this show, but thanks everybody for watching,
Yeah.
and cheer up out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stay happy, stay positive,
Yeah.
Exactly.
stay excellent. You guys are great. You're here. That means you're doing something right.
There's plenty to be happy about.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.